young people.
Innovative content, global audience.
A very good evening, a very, very good evening. You don't see me in the evening so often. So if you see me in the evening like this, you know something is up. Yes, some flyers have been circulating, and this is the time for it. Today, I'm having a special show, and I'm going to be introducing a special guest. It's a young man. I met him once, and we're meeting for the second time now. He has displayed competent understanding, and he has been very respectful to me. But because I've been on the attack of the Bureau's government, he is on the other side of the fence, to be honest. He's a strong supporter of the government, sincerely so. And I felt it is right to hear from the other side of the story because it's been only my side of the story. So listen, I'm not going to waste too much time. I'm going to quickly introduce you to the young man, Ufoma. Ufoma is from Delta State, of course, from the Isoko Aziz, but he's residing here currently in London. I don't know why he's here. The way I assess him, he should be in government in Nigeria. But he's going to tell us these are some of those things we'll be discussing right now. So, Ufoma, a very big welcome to you.
Thank you so much, Daddy Kris. In fact,
You're
it's
welcome.
a pleasure to be here this
Yes.
evening. I really appreciate. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Ufoma, it's a privilege to actually have this discussion with you today because you are one of those people we don't meet often. And like I said, I kind of disagree with this government for some reasons, but you have a different, and you're giving me a different reason to think twice. So let me put the first question straight to you. When it comes to the more agenda of Governor Boriwori, how well can you say it has gone well for people in your own area? And let me put it this way. Can you, if you're going to answer this question, I would be very happy if you give one or two instances of how the more agenda has touched life.
Okay, the More Agenda is a very beautiful project. As a matter of fact, when it was conscripted, we were very happy because we know that it's an elevation from the previous government activities. For example, before the election, before the election in 2023, we even clamored that there should be flyovers in every place that need flyover in Delta State. And for you to know that he is that kind of governor who, if elected, will do well, he took it as a very serious consideration. And prior to the election, it became a very serious concern. And the beauty of the entire thing is, and one of the reasons why we really love him so much and really appreciate and nicknamed him the Ogbemudia of our time, we said it that in the first 100 days in office, he will legislate for every place in Delta that need flowers to have a flower. And truly, miraculously, because these things we said them on social media, we reached out to him and he accepted it. First 100 days, he ensured that the flyovers have a legislation, and he went ahead to make sure that every place that needs flyovers got flyover. For example, the PTI uh, junction, the DSC, the NRA junction, and what we have in Agbo right now. And aside that, you can see the speed at which um, he has been. You can see the speed at which he has been running in trying to ensure that these flyovers come to reality. And you know, the normal average Nigerian, and why politicians, wait for the last minute to execute their projects. When you execute project early enough, they tend not to see the value in it. After 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, they begin to read other meanings to it. And you can see that the governor did not even wait till the last minute to ensure that these projects are in place. Now let's come to my area, the Isoko area. You can see that he has really invested interest in what his predecessor put on ground, like the universities. He has given proper attention to it because he knows that education is one very key thing that is a source of livelihood that makes people independent. Aside the road infrastructures that he has been building, ensuring that every major road is okay and linking, the rural communities together, even with bridges, he has really, really, dealt with. In fact, he has beat the records of the roadmaster that we know, Dr. Okowa. And apart from that, you when you go to the health sector, you can see that we have seen with figures that he's doing really, really very well. First of all, we have over 150 health centers that he is committed to ensure that come to standard, both the ones that he's starting from the beginning and the ones that he's rehabilitating. School of Health that he gave to us in Elvrode. Uh, Recently, he went to see one of the facilities, technical colleges in Erie, that for the past 7 years it has been, skeletal, and he was really very angry. He demonstrated his anger towards the contractor handling that project. And as we speak right now, he has given that particular project a very serious attention. And when that one is completed, you'll see that a lot of our people will now have access to backyard, as in a stone throw, to have education. So in the overall, the governor has really done so much to ensure that the funds that is coming into the state are well put to use.
Yeah, Fuma, thank you very much because that's a very. I'm happy you touched three very important areas. You talk about the issue of the infrastructure, the roads, the flyovers, as you said. You mentioned the issue of education. That is really touchy. And then you're now talking about the healthcare sector. And I want to quickly share this video with the audience so that we know where my concern is coming from. So, let's see this, how the governor address this particular issue. Because the governor did let us know that there is money. So let's take a look at that video together so that I can ask questions.
All right.
That most people do not even know. At this time, more money is coming to the states. I am not the governor that we hide. What am I going to hide for? It's coming from somewhere. So some people want to hide. There's no money. There's money. Use the money. I am using the money. Use it in your state. And we are using it here. So that the people will be very happy.
All right. Fuma, I'm sure you must be excited to see your governor telling us there's enough money and he has been using it like you rightly said. But let me ask this. When I see go round and the news reaching me is that a lot of people, they are mostly keke riders and there's no job. It's not. Do you think that the most important thing to do at this moment is to put the money that is pumping in, like the government said? Is it right to put it on bridges, on completing schools, and healthcare people are jobless?
Okay, you know that if the state is not conducive, if the state is not sweet, it's not good enough, like no good roads. Um, Investors will not be able to, come in and be comfortable, because that's one distinction that people are misunderstanding. That he has invested a lot of money on bridges, he's supposed to use those money to do one or two other things. But let's not forget that when he started this project, even the opposition, they stood still. They expressed their fear for that kind of thought that he has to, ensure that those places that give us bottleneck when you are traveling are fixed. You can see, for example, one of the reasons why we clamored for it fiercely. I live in Asaba. I go to Warri to work and come back weekends. And I realized that in that toll junction, you 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 will spend you will spend hours in that place. You will spend hours in that place. And it became a
Okay.
very serious challenge. Somebody need to, come
I
up.
wouldn't be sure the network from my end is the problem or it is from my end, but I can tell you that I don't have this with happening in London. I have trouble connecting this often. I stay with internet, Wi-Fi, plugin thereafter. I think it must be from my end, and I think definitely from the United States. Let
Oh,
me believe that it's still almost there. I'll keep the platform open, keep it open.
are we okay now?
Okay.
It's still cutting. Can you hear me clearly?
In fact, it's a desire I have you, and it's a shame because this is what uh,
The network is a challenge.
okay.
Yeah. Will be good, right?
Um,
Are we good? Are we good? Okay, I don't know if you can still hear me. Uh, so let me just proceed. As I was saying, people are now looking at, because when you do something now, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years down the line, it became an old project. When these projects were being conscripted, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm back. Sorry, my network. Sorry. I know they
Okay,
just left you alone. Sorry about that. Very
okay,
sorry.
okay.
So, yes, I hear you.
Okay, so I was trying to make a dichotomy
Yes.
between when a project is executed and the joy that comes with it, and probably after a couple of months or years, people tend to look at it like that one is an old project, and they can even gainsay it. They can now begin to downplay it, and most especially politically. Even if you are doing something that is good, your opposition will still look for a way to tag it like as if it's a bad project, and that's what we are seeing right now with the flyovers. you know
Mm.
when the flyovers were announced and the project started. In fact, everybody, both opposition, they were very, very happy. They were very pleased. In fact, what they were saying is that, at least for once, the funds of the state is being put to use. And actually, these are the funds that, any governor can now design anything to just eat or pocket. You understand? That's why governance is very good. If you have where they are spending 1 billion, provided the project is there and it's going to be helpful to the people, it's a very good project. It's a very good thing. So when the flyovers came on board, everybody was very, very happy. They jubilated. I took stock of, uh, I took stock of even oppositions that were happy with the project. But as an opposition, they won't want to, build on it, to give that
Uma,
credibility.
let me put this question because I know I've been away. My
Yeah,
network is not don't want us to do some justice. But let me put it this way before we go to the next aspect of the thing. And
yeah,
I'm sharing an image with the audience here. And this is an image I created long ago. And I said there's a very great mindset of Delta State that can be so prosperous that we can see a lot of great thing on the green side. But then on the other side, we have a lot of people unemployed. Yes, because that is it's like we can see the inferiority side of our state right now. Because most of the things we're supposed to see, we've never seen the governor doing some massive farming when we have a lot of money. We know we are good. We have oil, Fuma. Oil they are talking about is from our state. Dangote have a refinery. Our governor has not talked of maybe even trying a small refinery. And it's a little bit disturbing. And at the end of the day, Fuma, there's really no job. And of course, infrastructure is great, but infrastructure is not going to pay our bills. It's not making us more money. So how do we
yes,
continue to do infrastructure? How do we continue to pay? Where's the money going to come from? It's like
yes,
we're having a champagne appetite on the Coca-Cola paycheck. Sorry, sir. Let me let you talk, sir. Yeah, go on.
yeah. The governance is stage by stage, from what I understand.
Yes.
The planning process can take a little while, but the execution is something that will just come boom and everybody will be happy about. I know what is happening right now with the economy summit that the governor has done. He has been able to now demonstrate, what is in the pipeline for the people. Like,
Yeah.
like the issue of agriculture now, that I know is one of the greatest aspects of any economy. For any economy that want to grow, you leverage on agriculture. He is really, really very concerned about it. He has visited a lot of private sectors to see how he can boost them, and also tap from what they are doing to ensure that the state has her own agricultural outfit that we come up to subsidize food price, and also export to other countries to generate income for the state. That I know for sure is a project that is working on right now that any moment from now will see it manifest. You know, with that agricultural aspect that I know that he's focusing on, there's going to be a lot of job creation on that aspect.
So
And
we
apart
should
from that,
so we should expect great things, great more activities from the governor. That is what you're telling us.
yes, yes, it has been in the pipeline, and that's why you see they have capped it with the economic summit, the summit, to now, you know, expose these blueprints to the people, and these are things that are doable in a very short time that I know that is going to, you know, get to the people. And aside that, because I am really focused on uh, three things: the infrastructure, uh, agriculture, and energy, light for the people. You know, when there is light, you see that the people will
That's what
begin to
God
try.
said. Let there be light, and there
Yeah, the
was
people will
light.
begin to thrive. and
Yes.
and right now with the little it's not even because of the protests, it's something that the governor is already working on to ensure that the entire state is lighted up, you know, revamping the IPP, the 132 kVA, that is, and all those other kVAs, and take advantage of the, you know, the gas flaring that we have in the state, because we have the everything to ensure that Delta State is lighted up, and this is a commitment uh, for the governor to give to the people, to make the people happy so that they can thrive and do business. So the only thing that I want to say is that the people really need to pray along with the governor and give him that necessary support, you know, to ensure that, and also consistently, you know, remind him, because when you do that, he will also be on his toes. But one
Yes.
thing that I
Yes.
want, yeah,
I,
one thing that
I,
I know is that the agricultural sector, the lighting up Delta is one critical thing that the governor is going to do, that people will begin to see manifesting even before he gets to the second tenure.
all right. I mean, we'll be happy to see because Delta states have a great economy. Uh, okay, somebody just said here. That's this. I have to put this question. This coming from on my Ogbe. She's saying that please can he address the Benin Agbo Road? Thanks. You know, you can see the challenges we are going through
Yeah,
here.
you know that one is infrastructure.
Yes.
If by, you know, that one is a federal road, actually,
Okay.
and depends on your relationship with the presidency. And thank God he is now in APC, and you know, getting that done shouldn't be a challenge. But I know that there are bureaucracies, just like the way the light thing was before President Bola Ahmed Tinubu now liberalized it for every state to be able to generate their own uh, uh, megawatts, that we are now seeing almost all the state governors, most especially our governor, putting, you know, all the eggs together to ensure that the state even export energy to other parts of the state. So for that road, it's a federal road. The previous government that we had were unable to really do anything meaningful uh, in that aspect. But I know that the governor is committed, because that is a pain in the ass of the citizens. You know, we
Uh,
are sharing this, but
yeah.
it's a serious pain.
Another.
Yeah,
Yes. I don't. Uma, don't forget. I'm with some people online asking questions. Yes, my
yeah,
man is council is asking again. Not even only the Agbo Road. I remember the honorable one of the senators, senator, former governor of Edo State, was actually raising this concern with the honorable minister for works, raising serious concern that when it comes to our area, the minister has done nothing. Now that the minister is doing nothing, one would have expected that our government would bridge the gap. And that's what King's Council is saying here. What about the Sapele Benin Road too? Now we have two roads that is totally collapsed. We have the Agbo Benin Road and we have the Sapele Benin Road. And it's raised some serious concern. And this is the government that is saying, I'm doing a lot on road, I'm doing a lot on road. We know that you're saying that it's federal government road, but don't you think if the federal government is not doing anything about certain things that the state could substitute? I don't know.
yes. You see, this is a whole lot of responsibility on the citizens as well, to come up to make these presentations and make them public. And for people that have been doing videos showcasing the road, I won't say it's washing our dirty linens in public. It's the right thing to do as an advocate who is a supporter of the government. These are the things we have in mind to do to ensure that the common man benefits from government. Not that we'll now go into government or be around government and become bourgeois and neglect the people. So for that road, I think the people have cried enough, and the governor is already aware of the situation. And I know that there is a liaison between the federal government and the state to ensure that not just Delta, but putting heads together with the Edo state to ensure that that aspect of the road is actually uh, is actually fixed. You know,
Uh,
so yeah, elections are coming, and
yes.
good enough. Like I said, politicians normally wait till the last minute, but our governor did not really wait till the last minute before he started doing projects.
He
And
has been working.
this,
Yes.
yeah, he has been working.
They call him the working governor. Yes, Puma,
Yeah,
what I want to say is, and I'm going to put this question before we jump to the other segment of the show, because I'm still going to ask these questions, but let me ask it now. I've been with you a couple of times. I've seen how you defend the government. I'm wondering, why are you not in government? Why are you not there? Because you would have been able to do a lot. Because I don't know why is why is a talent like you not in this government? Because maybe you might be more sensitive to some of these small areas that where we are saying having this all this loophole. What's going on? Or you don't want to
yes,
work? You don't want to help us?
yes. I am ready. I am very, very ready to come and bridge the gap between underdevelopment and development. I am very ready. And for people like us who are advocates, we we dislike it when we see underdevelopment rocking people, when we see infrastructures are decaying and no attention has been given to them, when we see a situation where things that are supposed to be done by government are not being done. These are the things that we talk about. Because I know people will now begin to think that for the fact that we are supporting the governor, we have been supporting the governor, we started the project that got us to this point, uh, we are more or less like bought people. No, one of the things that I vowed to do around the governor, whom I nicknamed our Israel, is to bring my capacity to ensure that his legacies are written in gold.
All right.
For example, when we talked about the flyovers, it was a campaign. It was just a campaign. We just used it to campaign. People even thought that we were fighting him because it was an impossible thing. They did not really imagine it that in Delta State we follow, looking at the trend from previous governors that he won't be able to achieve that feat. They insulted us when we were using it as a campaign tool, to ensure that the governor. It's like a spiritual thing. We connected in the spirit, and we realized that we don't really need to come and do any formality. Let's just announce it. Support the governor. He is going to give us flowers. Support the governor. He is going to ensure that Delta State is lighted up. Support the governor. He's going to ensure that agriculture in Delta State will be a boom. I remember those days. My father was the chairman of Bendel State Livestock Feed, and as small as I was then, I still know that agricultural activities were just all over us.
Yes.
I know about the farming. He did not even stop there by just being in government. He practicalized it. You
So,
understand?
but
So
let me put it this way, very very direct. When it comes to agriculture and the potential of the Delta state, when we talk of agriculture now, let's take a look at first the green economy and also the blue economy. That is not oil. So let's leave oil aside. These are
yeah,
two great areas where Delta State will have excelled. We have the potential, we have the natural resources, Look at the blue economy. Delta have one of the best seaside. I think we can do a lot in the fishing area, and in area of tourism as well. You have the sea. You have the sea. People can be coming into our state to spend their money. So that is one. And then we look at this agriculture, but people still go to bed hungry. Fuma, is that not a failure on the part of our government,
Yes,
especially
it's
the
a
water?
it's a very pathetic situation, and I would not really blame the governor
Mm,
for that. Well, the people that I would blame are those that are around him right now.
yes, I agree.
Because yeah, those that are around him, they lack the focus and the capacity to give the assistance that they are supposed to give as aides or associates, to ensure that the state moves forward. They are particular about their own building their own ego rather than building the legacies of the governor, and we really frown at it. And that is why those kind of people, they will not even want people like us to come around the governor.
Yes.
These are the challenges that we have, and that's why you see, when you see somebody that is vast and this person can perform and deliver and promote the governor very well, the governor's legacy, you won't see such people around, because we have sets of mediocres, people that lack even the focus. You know that even an illiterate that has money, the society will begin to celebrate. The
Yes.
society will celebrate such a person, and having
My,
money is not really enough,
yes,
to drive impact on the
yes.
people if you don't have the brains.
Okay, let's quickly go back because I'm going to run this interview with you with people that anything my people question they ask, I have to put it across to you. And I share Chris Council's concern. This is the question he asked. He said, with the situation of things in Nigeria, I can see that there's a big difference between between Africa and the Western world. For my, you live here in the United Kingdom, and there is Africa for you. So we all have the same cross border experiences. Now, he said Oyibo will not leave the Saple Benin road like that. The road is a priority because the road is economically important. Though bridges are important, but a very important economic road is lying. In fact, it's not motorable. How do we get to the place where this bridge is, which is like a place for fun, where we see all the fancy things? But without this road, we won't get there. Without the Bini Asaba road, we won't even get to Asaba. So how do we even get to enjoy the bridges that are being constructed if this road remain what it is? I know you said it's federal government, but don't you think it's a priority, or you think it's something that we should push the federal government to do on our own?
Yes, it's a priority. Like you can see, I when the entire uh, challenge started, I wasn't worried. I have traveled that road, and in what would have taken me like 30 minutes, will take me up to like 3 to 5 hours, and as for to a very large extent, even days. And you can see
Mm,
that it's making economic growth to stand still, most especially goods that are coming from Lagos to the Port Harcourt area. The ports are not working. They cannot even use a flight to convey their goods. The only way is by road. When you get there, you really see the economy of the nation break down in that place, in trucks and stuff like that. People that are expecting their goods, that have taken loan to pay the loans accounting, the goods, they are on the way. 5 days, 1 week, 2 weeks, they can't even leave. I'm telling you. And it's a big challenge. It's a very big challenge. Now, people like us who are supporters of the governor, we cannot subscribe to these kind of situations. We cannot even just sit down and be watching those that we expect that are around him right now to be echoing it so that something can be done. And I want to blame the people, the populace, the citizens, because they've not really done enough to torchlight these challenges. It's like as if there is no challenge, because we can't even see any kind of protest or any kind of or people coming on board to come and talk about the decay in that place. Just a few, and by the time you just watch it, they just scroll through it. Nobody is doing anything.
yes,
Nobody,
I,
and
I,
that
I
is that
mean,
is that
that
is
is thank you
that.
for
Yeah,
reminding us. Those of us in the media, I was
yeah.
saying to them in Asaba, the NUJ, that you guys are there praising governor, You wouldn't even highlight some of these difficult areas so that the governor will help us. Are you all there
Yes,
praising?
highlighting it does not mean you are attacking him.
No, it's
You
not an
understand?
attack. It's not an
You know, in
attack.
governance,
It's what
if
we
the
do.
governor is not the kind of person that move from the
Yes.
seat to the people to go and see for himself, even without announcing that I'm going to see, you will see that you would have seen that a lot of things would have gone wrong if he had relied on his associate or his aides to get information from the grassroots. We understand these things.
All right,
They won't say anything. Yeah.
I want to bring you in because from what I can see, you were one of those that sold the governorship of Oboriwori to us. You were the one clamoring, Oboriwori will change our life, Oboriwori will do this. You were the one shouting the more agenda. Today, what can you say about the more agenda? On a sincere note, where are we?
Yes,
Do you feel guilty?
in,
That's why I'm actually directing this question to you. Do you think of
no,
all the job you did to bring Oboriwori to us, you sold him, you helped to sell him to us? I know you that time. So have
yes,
you,
that was
as in,
2017.
yes. And
Since
in fact, you were
2017.
among those who were saying this man is going to be governor. I remember you said something when I thought this guy is really crazy. But today it's governor. And I said, is that a good dream or a bad dream for us now?
Well, I don't know the aspect you are looking at it from, but if you want to look at it from my own aspect, like
Yes,
the question you asked, like, why am I not in government?
yes.
You know, there is a time for war. After the war, then you come back home. So if you are really successful in the war as a general, and you come back home to come and meet, civilians and all those, they will be so afraid of you because they will think that that same energy and power that you demonstrated in the war
Yeah, I know
front,
my father told me a story like that, yes.
yeah, you come and use it to
In the past,
now.
they will sell you as a slave because you
Yes, either
get
they send you as a slave,
yes,
or they
you
frame
can't
you
be
up and
with
put you in
everybody.
prison, and all.
Yes.
Yeah. There is usually we on me. I understand that the reward, you have to fight your way through, to go and sit in that place that is carved for you for the people to be able to benefit,
And
from.
Mama, then that brings me to the next question. What are you doing about it? Because you brought somebody to us. Now we are in the middle of the game. We can't find you anymore. What's going on? Because we have right to ask you now. You told us this. You told us this. Where are you? Now we can't see you. Look at where we are. To be honest, we have problems. Like Chris Canto mentioned, some roads that are major roads are like which are priorities are being ignored. And let's leave that road now. Like you rightly agree with me that agriculture is something that you mentioned your father in his time. His agriculture was one of our strengths. I'm coming to the other part of it. We are blessed with oil. Dangote have a refinery. One would have thought that we'll take advantage of our comparative advantage. All these things are not happening for us. And we can't see you. After selling Nobororo to us, what should we do now? Should we blame you? And what are you doing
Yes,
to make you correct this? Go on.
yes. You see, everybody have their time in a system, and I strongly believe that our voice were very loud since 2017. Till date, we have maintained consistency in championing the sheriff mandate. And personally, I am not going to back down for any reason, at all, concerning uh, uh, our Israel leader sheriff, because he is our pet project. And I know that for the past 3 years, yes, I've not been in the government. He is willing. He is willing. I am aware he is willing to open the doors for me to come and play my role, for his legacies to be felt, most especially among my people.
All right. So we should expect that shortly. So let's go back to our comparative advantage. And I won't be doing this interview without thinking about that. Because for me, I'm from Delta State. Well, I want you to try and share this vision with me. We have oil. It's coming from our soil. In the past, some people came from far and wide to come and invest in our soil. They made a lot of money. They repatriated the money. The oil is still there. The chances are still there. The governor said to us, there's money. but we couldn't invest the money to make money from our own blessing. What do you think about that?
Well, for the oil in the state, at the time there was a real crackdown. The state, they've not really. I don't think the state have got the ability, to come and personalize anything that has to do with oil. It's still a federal government a
Wait,
sole
wait.
responsibility. Yeah.
Is it so responsibility of federal government, or the state cannot, or the state does not have the capacity? Let's understand your language, because Dangote is not federal government. Dangote owns a refinery in Lagos. It's not federal government. It's a private Nigerian. So if Dangote
Yeah,
can do any
if
business,
we look, Dangote owns a refinery, and it's a private business,
yes,
and we all know that in as much as it's Dangote, there are people that have contributed to ensure that that project comes on board. Just like the way we have MTN, for example, when MTN was coming, they met some people, they made it open at the time for people to come and do shares. I remember then it was about 5 million, and the people gainsaid it. They didn't really put interest in it. Today, one share in MTN is like a cryptocurrency, you know. So for the Dangote thing, he's also passing through his own challenges. He doesn't have rights to. He's also like in the market. He does not have an exclusive right to, have an oil well and be drilling the oil and refine it, and you know make money and even pay tax to the government. He's buying the crude.
yes.
So I am not really seeing any significance in the Dangote refinery thing to the economy. It's a private business, and
No, no,
because
no,
if
no.
if
Dangote has done a lot to the Nigerian economy, and it's just starting.
Yes, but
That
if you are establishing a business, if you
yes.
are establishing a business, you should be able to come and either beat down the price of the commodity with flooding
Dangote,
the market.
no, no. For my, let
The
me come.
Dangote price is still
I
almost at
want to
par.
disagree with you. Dangote is a
It,
private businessman. That is what you
yeah,
will be telling the state government to do. That if state government is doing this, state government will give us at a better price than what Dangote will do. Dangote is a
yes,
businessman. And
yes.
the
If
last,
the
yes, for my on another thing, the last time the governor went out, he brought some people from China, some from Israel, that they should come and invest in our state. He has not invested, though. The governor has not invested. You're telling people to come and invest. I want to say this with you, and I want you to correct me if I'm wrong. Now, if those people come, if they make the money, they will take the money back. We will continue to work for them. Meaning we are born to be workers for people who are coming to do business. What is wrong if the state do the business and we're working for our own state? Then we be slave. They took us as slave. We must work for Igbo all the time.
Yeah, there's a
That's what
fundamental error. There's a fundamental error in the memorandum of understanding for bringing these people to invest in a particular area. What they do is they make a lot of money and they just build roads, build hospital, whatever, and they will not even employ the indigenous into mainstream,
okay.
areas,
Yeah.
but they will take them as laborers. These are just some kind of bureaucratic, wicked patterns that are still patterns that need to be broken. The state
Okay.
can own a refinery,
Thank
and
you.
if the state is owning a refinery, it should affect the lives of the citizens,
It
not
will
make things
affect us
difficult.
better. Look at
Yeah.
what Chris Canso, this is not my research. Chris Canso just made this wonderful note. Says Saudi Arabia has invested 900 billion. 900 billion. Is data state investing in other sector of the economy apart from we are not investing in oil and gas first? And we say we have money. What my concern is? If the governor has not come out to say we have money, then we can understand. He said we have money. But we are not investing in all these important critical businesses that can bring money to the state. You see, this is something that will bring us more money so we can employ more people and make more money and make our life better. Why putting the money on bridge that we don't need now? I
Yes,
mean,
it's just fortunate that the bridge matter is something that is 3 years ago. So I see it as something that a mission that has been accomplished.
Accomplished. All right.
And right now, people will. I don't want to subscribe to that fact that he spent. They gave the figures 177 billion, and they were trying to compare it with what if he had used this money to, do some other things that will generate employment. First things first, these things are important. Everybody celebrated it, but I want to assure Deltans that
Good.
we have not even seen the beauty of the governor. There are things that are in the pipeline that I know, that are going to materialize, that will make everybody to come and say wow again, just like the way they did wow for
Okay,
the bridges.
Fuma, assure us again, because the last time, some 3 years ago, this is what you did. Now, Fuma, assure us again, because if we don't have a body, we will hold you accountable. Fuma, tell us now what we should expect if Oborivori is re-elected, because we're going to move to another segment of the interview quickly.
Yeah,
What
two
should we
critical things.
expect?
Two critical things. The governor is the kind of person that, although to me, I wouldn't believe in, washing our dirty linens in public. I believe in other diplomatic ways to, handle
Yes.
certain challenges. But I want to really assure Deltans, and based on my conviction and what I know, that there is no sane leader that will not listen to the people. For some time now, you can see there are a lot of protests concerning light, and he took step to ensure that, okay, the first things to ameliorate the challenge of not having light, although it's a cumbersome thing that they have to now ensure that they restructure for the state. It's not really particular to Isoko alone right now. He has taken it upon himself, and people are already on the drawing board working on how the entire state will be electrified. That one is one. I can assure everybody that what we have seen in Bayelsa, what we have seen in Abia, and what we have seen in other parts of the state that are working for them now is going to work. For example, it's already working in Delta, because in Asaba, 8.5 megawatt is being generated that is servicing the
And my
offices.
office is in Asaba. Don't even go
Yeah.
there. We've not
Yes,
seen
but
light for months.
yeah,
I
but you
don't
see,
know
that is
whether it's
exactly
our office.
that is exactly what the governor is going to expand. That vision,
Okay.
how they were able to do it in Asaba. That is how they are going to do it to ensure
Anyway,
that
my office is
everybody in the
our
state
office, our station
gets
is in Asaba.
electricity. So that one is a. But one thing I want to say is the people need to be up and doing. The people need to continuously, once in a while, write him, tag him,
Yes.
so that we won't rely on those people. We cannot even rely on the
Yes.
people that are
And
directly
I
responsible.
know, I think for my, you send a strong message to the Nigeria, to the Delta press. Because
Yes,
this, yes, sir. This, thank you. Oh, governor is working. You are not helping the governor. You need to
yes.
remind the governor, oh, this can be done. This can be done, governor. Why are we not doing this? But for my, let's go to the next segment of the show. We need to do this quickly. I know you want to Borivori re-elected. Nigeria is
Yes.
about to go to the next poll. 2027 is around the corner. We voted Borivori under the platform of the PDP. He has a good reason to decamp to the APC. I don't understand it. You might be able to tell us. Now he's in the APC. Election is around the corner. From what we have seen, let me take a cue from Oyo State. The president wouldn't give a damn. Once the president is elected, it becomes OYO. Everybody is in Oyo State. You are on your own. What will be the face of the governor? Because I know you care so much about him. After Tinubu have won, or if Tinubu lose, and it happens because Tinubu might win the country, but lose Delta State, or Tinubu might even lose the election. What will be the fate of our governor? I would have said your governor because he's your brother, but we'll say our governor because he's my governor too. What will be his fate?
In fact, you can see this aspect that you have brought up is an area that we really need to be very, very sincere about. Personally, I am afraid, so afraid, because when we talk about election that is coming, we need to study what happened in the previous election to be able to give us a guide to whether overcome the challenges that are associated with the election that is coming. You know, so um, I am seriously afraid, and I'm happy you came up with this question, and that is one area I really want to speak about. I know, I know we have a lot of sabotage around the governor because this idea of APC is almost being defeated. Yes, we supported the idea for him to move to APC because when you have the federal government on your side and the state also, it's an added advantage for the people. I am not looking at party structures or the ideologies of the party, you know. I'm not looking at that, party structures and the ideologies of the party. I am looking at the advantage of having the presidency, you know, having the presidency in your side and also you as the governor. So that's just one advantage. But the issue of the past elections where we we saw a mass winning by Peter Obi and looking at the situation in the country and as a journalist, as a veteran journalist who also interview people and get opinions from people is is a critical thing right now. And I like somebody who really do not want our Israel to go down. People, we will not allow it, and that is one of the reasons why we are here to talk to the people. Yeah, there's a conspiracy already to ensure that even if Jagaban is going to win, he should lose Delta, so that they will use that as a weapon to whip Governor Sharif and whip that sentiment and get President Tinubu to turn his back. We are aware that the Jagaban that we know in this his last term, so that probably anything can happen if he will go for third term. I don't know how impossible that will be. We are aware. We are aware
The man
that
is old.
that
You think
by the time he
talk
wins,
that's scary. Anyway, go on. My network again. Okay, as usual, I'm sure my network is bad. I'm not sure this is coming from Fuma. This must be coming from me, from what we have seen. Maybe it is Fuma this time. It might not be me. Fuma will be right back, yes. And I'm expecting Fuma back in the studio. Once he's here, I'm going to add him right straight to the platform. He's trying to join in quickly back. Yes. Fuma, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. It's a
thank
very
you so
important
much.
area.
Thank you so
Yes.
much. So as I was saying, we are
Yes.
aware because even personally, more than as of today, more than 350 comrades, staunch men who are very vocal on media, they have reached me to simply tell me the strategy. Even before now, we've gotten the premonition that they will just want to mess our governor up, and we won't allow that. They will reinforce and ensure that Obi wins, even if he's not going to win the presidency, so that by the time Jagaban loses, they will use it as a tool to whip the governor. And the Jagaban that we know, by the time he wins, I'm telling you, the statement that he's going to make is going to be worse than what Buhari said. He's going to tell the whole Nigerians that he's the father of everybody.
Of
Of
everybody.
course, he will
Yes.
start. He will assume that position immediately, and of course, I won't blame him because what is he going to contest for again? So he won't really be there to come and even defend anybody that will not have the capacity to win his election. So if anybody is banking on the man, I am saying it today that is what is going to happen. So having known this, people like us, we cannot back down no matter what. We are not going to back down. The key to convince the people is in the workable solution that the governor has between now and the election. And one of the things that he has triggered up is to respond to the people who are protesting, who are speaking concerning things that need to be done, for example, like the light issue. I can tell you that it was really, really very tough. One of our comrades went to channels to expose the difficulties we are having in the Isoko area concerning the light. And because of that, there was response from the commissioner and some other people. And we set up a lot of committee. We went ahead to we set up a delegation to look at the decay. Went around the entire Isoko. We came up with a blueprint. We costed what is the challenge that is making the light not, working for us. And at the end of the day, the governor because we've been talking about it. It's not as if we were doing it so that we'll meet him specially, though that's part of it to discuss it. But as time goes on, because of the fact that a lot of people have talked about it and it has become overwhelming, the governor responded and awarded some contracts to ensure that they fix the major, lines that are not there, that are inhibiting the light from coming. And that is a step. That thing that he did, if you can see right now, the protest has died down. That is to say, the people have accepted that the governor is coming up with something. And that is just the beginning, because we expect that between now and the election time, the light will be uh, very strong for the people, and we're already feeling it gradually. So these are some of the things that we really need to let the people know, so that it won't be like as if it's sentiment. Me, I won't allow it for anybody to come and use uh, people like us that are not in the government yet to begin to whip the governor that sentiment, so that people will now begin to feel bad, and at the end of the vote, the voting is not against him, as we see. It is against Jagaban, whom we have seen that he has adopted as his own pet project, just like the way we have adopted him as our pet project.
Okay, but
You
okay,
understand?
yeah, okay. Let me put it this way. I don't know whether Deltas are in love with Jagaban. Your governor knows that. Our governor knows that. Let me use the right word because it's my governor too. Governor Boribori knows that. But he's trying to push the man in our throat. You must vote him. If you love me, you love him. The last time he met some churches, he said, extend the love you give me to the president. Okay, supposing those of us who don't want to have anything to do with this president and are still in love with him, if he keep doing this, what option do we have? Because it's either the president or not him. That is what he's telling us. Should we follow? Should we obey him? That if we don't like the president, then we shouldn't be working with you, Mr. Boribori. Unless we like the president, that's when we're going to work with you. Is that the case? Because this is the danger in what he's
Yeah,
doing.
yeah. In as much as in the overall, we know that if you take statistics of how they view the president, the president cannot even have up to 10%. Cannot have 10% support. You understand? But let me say something. Like I said, politicians, the politicians that are not actually, in fact, politicians wait till that minutes. Like in Isoko, for example, now, Isoko people have, in fact, the only people have reason to support Jagaban, because our Senator Joel Onuabo, was able to ensure that a bill is signed into law to establish the Federal Medical Center only. That singular event has been able to now weaken the minds of the people who do not really love Jagaban in the overall. But that's a big deal. It's a big. We did not expect that. It came as a surprise. In fact, people are still surprised if that project is a white paper project or whatever. So that is exactly what the president needs to do right now to reduce the rate at which the masses hate him, because he is actually hated. I can tell you for free.
Okay, for my one-on-one, sincerely. Now, talk to me. Why did Governor Oboriwori decamp? Why? He had every chance to win. Delta State remain a PDP state, and no more anyway. Why? Are you telling us that he decamped because he wants us to benefit from the president? So if another president come from NRC of the dead NRC or the SDP, our governor will decamp? Where is this love coming from? We want to understand. We as human beings.
First of
It's
all,
leading us.
first of all, you can see when you foresee danger, you are treading on a road and you foresee danger at the front. You need to tread carefully. Look at the political situation in the PDP. Look at how Atiku don't want to give up for any other person to come on board, and we all know that there's no way Atiku can actually achieve the presidency. If he's going to achieve it, it's not even now. It's not even now. You understand? Who will stay in a system where you are working towards a convergence? A convergence. You are working towards a convergence.
For my, you gave
Instead
me a
of
very good reason today. For the first time, I'm seeing somebody being logical. That for some reason that the more or less the party has been hijacked by some top people, and they are not ready to give up. So, for that reason, our governors choose to look the other way. But why going to the governor's party? Why going to the party of the president? The APC.
yeah, you see, even if your camp is filled with evil, hmm, somebody who has a right sense of thinking, that is an upright man, like we say, light and darkness have no part. When light comes into a place, darkness disappears, and that is exactly what the advantage that the president, our governor, has taken. He moved into the APC because he has light, and you can see the things that are happening now with the name APC. We wouldn't have been able to experience them if he had not moved with that aura, to the party. Now, a lot of people have that school of thought that he's afraid. He's afraid that there's going to be a kind of rigging and stuff like that. As we speak now, is he planning to rig? He's not planning to rig. His performance is going to speak for him. You know, the only thing that I am going to say, there's going to be a clear demarcation between the presidential election and the governorship election. People are going to vote their conscience in the presidential election, and in the governorship election is going to be highly sentimental for us
Okay.
to return the
My
governor.
big question of the day: has the work of is the work, or how would I put it? The governor has been in office for 3 years. Now we have barely 6 months to the next election. A little bit more. Are you saying that the work he has done is enough to get him re-elected? Or between this period, we're going to make the governor do more so that he gets re-elected? It's a difficult one, but I really want you to look at it.
Yes,
And
gradually, the
because
plans of the
you are a voter and you know
yeah.
you talk to me as another voter who is watching and thinking, look at, I've not heard much about this governor. All I know he's doing bridges. There's been a lot of criticism. I've been attacking him personally myself. But then now this man is telling me that he has done very well. Is that the case, or should we expect more? Or you are going to go to the governor and say, Governor, can you do this so that the election will be easier? Is that the case, or he has done enough?
Yes, governance unveil blueprints step by steps, and the result, the output of the inputs that has been put in place begin to show over time. And I strongly believe that we are now beginning to see the output of his effort to ensure that the state, moves forward. You understand? But and between the average politician, let alone the governor that we have, that is vast in political things, knows that during election time you do things. That was what we were thinking when the FMC was actually signed into law. That was what we were thinking. Now these things take time. Do you know that the FMC matter has been in the system? They presented it, went through the first reading, whatever, and they say if your yam is getting white, you cover it. So if the Senator Joe had exposed all his moves from the beginning, by now they won't see it as important that FMC came. You understand? So the deltas are to expect the state government to unveil critical projects between the next 6 months. This every politician knows that they have to, one way or the other, perform within this time, within this time. And I know the sheriff that we know has a lot of things to unveil, and we're already seeing it step by step. He took his time after the economy summit. They went to visit some farms. And that is to tell Deltas that these are the things that he wants to do. We have a
Okay.
lot of
Don't,
vast lands that I know.
I wanted you not to take us back there because I
Oh,
was going to ask you, is the governor
yeah.
going to invest now, or Is he going to build more bridges or more road? Because from our people like us are a little bit worried. Reason being, former governor of the state, he was called a roadmaster. Where are the roads? Ibori was a roadmaster. Where are the road? Odoa, the roadmaster. Where are the road? Uh, uh,
That
over.
is the same. Is the same syndrome that I told you. If the governor had starved the people, if those governors, if like Dr. Okowa had starved the people, which is a format that politicians use that I am exposing right now because our governor Eda Sharif is not that kind of person. But if he had starved the people with those roads, the money is there. He's investing in the money is yielding and yielding. And the last year he started doing roads. You see construction everywhere. Everybody will be overwhelmed fictitiously, fake overwhelming. You understand? They will the governor is doing so well. But these are accumulation of things that were supposed to have been done, step by step. So that's exactly the same thing. Fortunately, some of these roads that Dr. Okowa did, the people that did it, the people that had these contracts, they did not really. That's the sabotage that I'm talking about. When you have saboteurs around you who are just after themselves, not
Yes.
building the legacy of the governor. You see that they
And
now
then,
go and do shady things. Or on a very good day, to name Dr. Okowa as a roadmaster, he really merited it. We saw activities in on the roads. We saw activities, but time has passed. Nobody want to value those things again. They want to see
okay.
new things.
I would rather not worry you too much on the infrastructure because I'm going to bring in other governors and why we are getting a little bit frustrated with this road construction. So this is the question
I
coming
think
from
we are done. We are done with
the road.
flyovers.
Okay,
With
all right.
flyovers right
So
now, we are
so
yeah.
the next question which comes from Chris. And so I will add to the question. He's asking if you can name one biscuit manufacturing company in Delta State credited to this government, or
Exactly.
should we
That is
expect?
exactly.
Is there anyone on the pipeline? Because after the summit, let me. I'm going to remind the governor two things that happened in that summit. People spoke intelligently. You've touched on one, which is issue of electricity. If we don't have electricity, what kind of industrialization are you talking about? But I don't think I really want to be pushing on that. But the question is, what Chris Castro said now. Is there anyone after the summit that okay? Oh, now, why are we even waiting for the white people to come and invest in our land? Why don't we invest the small one we have and employ? You see, one by one, Dangote said something, and I want to put this to you. Dangote said, if I am not investing in my place, how can I tell other people to come and invest? If the governor don't see any good thing in setting up a refinery, opening his own farm, how can you tell other people to come and open a farm? And that goes along with this question Chris is asking. Which one can we credit to the governor of Delta State? And in these 3 years in office, this is a company that he created that is now manufacturing a biscuit. It could be soap, it could be water. You know the funniest thing. Sorry, I'm gonna drag you a little bit on this one. Water, water.
Even if it's a pure water, even if it's a pure water
Thank you.
factory.
And
Yes,
it can be done in the universities. The
yes,
people,
yes,
people make fortune from water. Water.
yes. And
We don't
and
have
Daddy
water.
Chris,
Eh?
yeah, Daddy Chris, I want to assure you that is one of the essence of this our interaction.
Okay.
Because one of the things that this interaction is going to do is to expose some of these things that are the ordinary thinking of the common man that should be put in place. Like you said, why am I not in the government? These are the things that we will tell our Israel to do. We even during the election, after he has been sworn in, I took my time to issue a statement to tell every advocate to go to your area and identify abandoned projects, identify things that need to be done in your place. We cannot leave this thing for government alone to do. If you leave it, the people that are around are so desperate. If you even submit a proposal that is very good for you to do, these desperate people will hijack it and do it foolishly.
Yes, I know.
Are you getting
So
me?
let me
So
because from what we are talking to you today, Oboriwori is not here, but we're gonna expect that you go to Oboriwori and explain this to him. Should we hold you accountable Or because we want to know this, if Oboriwori does not put you in government, then we should be expecting Oboriwori to do something. If he doesn't, then we will hold him accountable. If you are there, we will hold you accountable. So if by tomorrow we don't see you in government before this election, should we still continue to hope on this same set of people that are there now, who does not think of what a small man can do? I gave you a very simple. He asked if there's a biscuit. I asked, are we water? If you go to our hotel, you will not see Delta water. Is Delta water so difficult to manufacture, really? Won't it give some job to some people? This is the pain. Let me say this. Now, if I produce a water, it will not be well made. It will not be as good as the one that the state will do, and it will not go round cheap enough. But if the state is doing this, state will employ a lot of people, will make some profit, we will expand. How can it be a bad business for the state? Now that they are not thinking like this, we want to put this burden on you. That at least when you go there, maybe we'll see some element of agriculture going around. We'll see small thing like this. It could be ordinary bakery. It could be ordinary bread. Give us bread. You think that's something? Money, open bakeries. You understand?
And that one will beat the price. It will beat the price of bread down with the cassava. Even if it's cassava that we want to use to run it, we will produce the cassava. We will produce everything.
There will be jobs.
Yes, and we will even export bread. We will export bread to all over the world, all over the country. We will export bread.
So
these are the things that
anyone but you will agree with us that with me and Chris here that we've not seen anyone. Should we? Because when the disciples of John the Baptist went to Jesus, they said, "Are you the one to come, or should we expect another?" Now we want to ask you, Foma, where should we be expecting this?
I know that this interview session is going to go viral, and you can see if anybody is going to judge based on this interview, they might almost want to say this man is not on the side of the governor. But you see, these are the things that we do. We don't leak asses. We stay around you to serve you and bring things that you can do to benefit the people and build your legacy. And that is what I am committed to. This is who we are. This is what we have always been. These issues are very simple things to do. Like between now and the election, I am very sure that from this interview now, the agricultural aspect is going to get a boost. It's not going to be how much is the governor going to invest in a simple industry that will be that is productive, that will feed the people and also create employment. How much are we talking about? So why are the people that are around him or unable to,
why they're not thinking? And look at from my words, you know what hurts me? Let me give you one simple instance. I look at the small place everywhere you go now. You have people having small solar farm, solar plant. They put in their houses. But if the governor creates a small corner for solar plant and it is saving electricity and supplying a particular set of people, it will be more effective, it will be cheaper, and jobs will be created. This is not something that will break the bank. And actually, university can do this for us. You see, we are not seeing anyone. Like, I'm going to try and say, and thank you for telling us and helping us that you're not going to go and say, hey, governor, oh, you've done well. No, governor, let us do this. Let us do this. That's what we want. Because if the state is moving forward, he's gaining, you are gaining, that's what we want. We don't want to fight governor. We want the state to move forward. Then my question is, which is going to be the after this one, I'm going to ask you to tell us what we should expect from you personally, is should we really, Fuma, expect this, and what are you going to do? Because you're the one that made me to actually go into this interview. What are you going to do from today that will help us to see something different from Oboriwori's government?
Yes, as from today, my Facebook account is going to be, in fact, since they declared the campaign open, my Facebook account is going to be up and doing. I am going to consistently now begin to tell the people what the governor is going to do next, and also ensure that these things are done. For example, yes, I am aware the governor is going to build industries that will be productive and also employ the people. That I know is we discussed all these during the campaigns. We spoke about them, and we know that these things take time to come step by step.
Mama, we will
The way
have you
we,
back. Before the
yeah,
election, we have you back. Just before the election, we have you from our back to give us account of what has changed. Because from we're not going to look back. We're going to take from now till the election day. Let's see whether there will be any change. If there's any change, we will be happy. We'll celebrate with you. If not, we will say ask you a question. Finally, from what would you want to say to Deltans? Where do you want us to go? Do you want us to stick with the Bolivori? If so, why? And please advise us on what we should do next. That would be the
see,
way to close.
personally,
Yes.
um, I want Deltans to understand that there is a force in continuity. This is one of the challenge that we have in governance, in economy, where there is a change in governance. It brings a lot of things to a standstill. And I want to assure Deltans that what we have seen since 2017 concerning our Israel Elder Sheriff, the governor of Delta State, is not fake. We saw more prosperity, we saw development, we saw a situation whereby there will be human empowerment, where those who have capacity to assist in proper governance are seen in various positions to ameliorate things for Delta. So I want to encourage Deltans that they should not look at, see, Jagaban is going to win anyway. So what's the point to now begin to want to whip that sentiment to come and cause, chaos? That is one aspect, one place that we want to really checkmate seriously. And like I said, you can't checkmate it by just saying things. It's by things that are on ground that will be visible for the people to see to change their mind. Like I said, like Ole now is already won. Ole, Ole, okay. Let me say by extension, even Isoko, because the FMC is a tool for campaign, whether you like it or not. And by the grace of God, between now and the election, probably you will have seen that there's site scoping, bulldozers are already on site, whatever. So that one will give people that credibility, that morale, to say, okay, yes, something has started coming. So these are the things that we will begin to experience between now and the election. And not fake. They are not fake. They are not going to be projects that will be initiated and now abandoned because election is over. So Deltans should stand with us and stand with the governor, and by extension, the desires of the governor that will make him to be happy to do more for us. We need to just try to make sure that he gets them, and that's why he's calling for Deltans to support him, in what he's supporting. So I want to leave it there.
Yes.
Um,
Thank you very much for that. That is a sensitive area, and it's
yeah,
better not to overflog it. Well,
yeah,
it
yeah,
is
yeah.
something. Our own here is we talk and you guys decide at home. To be fair, Fuma, thank you very much. And
Thank you
I'm
so
not saying
much.
this because I know you. Funny enough, I met you first time when you came to the award when I give award to the governor, and you've been very consistent, and I'm surprised. I'm surprised, and I'm going to say something to you. When you believe in something and you stick to it, you will come back with a testimony. I'm happy you're a Christian.
Yes,
So I'm
yes.
expecting a testimony in that area. And I do
Sure,
hope
sure,
that the
sure.
governor will listen to you and that you'll be able to help us and help him. And if that is
Yeah,
the case, I can assure you that we, the honorary people, we're not looking for change of government. We're looking for a good governance. As long as things are okay, we won't be picking microphone and say, I beg, oh, we don't want change because change will drag us behind. But that is what
yeah,
we want to see. So please encourage your principal to do more for us so that we can also begin to shout his praises. Thank you very much
yeah.
for spending this evening with us. We'll be
Thank you
seeing
so
you.
much.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much, and for those that took time to join, thank you so much. You can also help us to, pass the information and spread the message. What you have heard today. Like I said, we are not here to lick asses. We are here to demonstrate that passion for growth for our
Look
state
at that.
and to ensure that a legacy, we want Sheriff legacy. We want Sheriff legacy, and we are already we are already calling him as the best governor in Delta. and it must be sustained. So it's an assurance. Thank you, Deltas. Thank you.
Very much, Fuma. And that is it. Fuma as you know, he's been around. He's one of those that actually advocated for Sheriff. At the beginning, I saw him. He was saying, if not be Sheriff, we will die. He went, he did everything. And I think this young man actually spent his money as well just to support Sheriff. But he's not ready to talk about that now. He's very modest. But I really appreciate him and I want to encourage him to continue. Like he has advised us to do what we've been doing to keep supporting the governor. That would be up to us to decide. That would be up for us to decide. But I do think that Sheriff is not an evil man. And if he changed today, I don't see any reason why we shouldn't really be supporting him. And but we want to see changes. I can tell him that we want to see changes. And from what this young man just told us today, we should be hoping to see those changes. Now we're going to use this time and the election to see what kind of changes. Like we said, me and Chris, we said the same thing. If it is ordinary biscuits, if it is toilet roll made in Delta, giving us job, please let us start something. It doesn't have to be big. And like I always say in my book, I'm saying that use the universities. They are there for you. They can help. And I'm doing so many things at the moment with the universities. They can be a production hub. Thank you very much for joining me this evening. And thank you, Chris. Good to see you always. Always good to see you, my man. And that's where we're going to draw the curtains for this very special edition of One-on-One with Daddy Kris. You're going to see more of this. I'll be launching a town hall meeting soon for the election. But this is the beginning of the campaign trail. The campaign trail will involve me having State of the Nation in the morning, having one-on-one at some point, and then the most important moment is the town hall meetings where you have the opportunity to actually have questions with one-on-one, where you have to bring in a contestant, ask him questions, see whether we can help them do better job for us. Because at the end of the day, this duty of governance, like what this young man said, we really need to tell the governor what we want. We need to make it clear. Not always with that, like that the priest who always fight. But hey, in any small way you can write to your governor, write to your local government chairman. This, we want this. Can we do this, sir? If we do this, things will be better. They are not God, though. One small idea you might bring might be the one that will save us. And don't keep it. Thank you very much for joining me this evening. Let me not keep your time. Have a beautiful evening and do have a beautiful night, guys. Tomorrow is working day. It's the last day of the week. I hope we have a beautiful week as well. God bless you. And God bless the best. Bye.
Find your sanctuary in the heart of the city. Live the life you deserve in an exquisite apartment. SRTV Luxury Shortlet Apartment, Lagos, is a place where your comfort is rest assured. Welcome to SRTV Shortlet Apartment, part of the prestigious SRTV Real Estate family. Why choose us? Prime location, nestled in the heart of Lagos, close to key attractions, business hubs, and vibrant nightlife. Modern interiors, fully furnished, stylish apartments designed to provide the ultimate comfort. Luxury redefined, vacation perfected. 24/7 security. Enjoy peace of mind with round-the-clock security and CCTV surveillance. Top-notch amenities, high-speed Wi-Fi, smart TV, air conditioning, fully equipped kitchen, and lots more. Perfect for business travelers, family vacations, romantic getaways, special events, and more. Book your